Coaches Mike Kuchar, www.xandolabs.com. I'm just going to show you about 5 clips that the University of Florida used this weekend against the LSU and some of the things they did out of their unbalanced formations. Really got to give credit to the University of Florida. They completely revamped their offensive style. They're more of a downhill power, inside zone type offense, and they are really doing a great job moving the ball and getting on people and just creating a culture in the swamp and just attacking people and getting downhill. Most of the formations we're going to walk you through here are unbalanced sets, and again, xnolabs.com just compiled its unbalanced research report about a month ago with some of the reasons behind why coaches use these formations, and it's just a good advantage, and it's just a change up to present to defenses. And the offensive coordinator, Brent Peace, who is now at the University of Florida, who just spent the year prior to that at Boise State under Coach Chris Peterson, has really brought some of these innovative offenses and these innovative formations to the SEC, and they're really doing a good job with it. They put 174 yards up on the ground against an LSU defense who was only giving up 86 per game. So they're really doing very effective in running these formations. So we're going to talk you through about 5 of them here. The first one here is an unbalanced wing set. Okay, you have a 4-man surface, okay, to the right side of the center and a 2-man surface away. You have 7 offensive linemen in the football game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, along with a wing, a fullback, and a tailback in a pistol formation. The benefit of this formation is it creates 9 gaps on the line of scrimmage. So you have a gap here. That's 1, 2, 3 between the center, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, inside of the wing, and 9, plus the insertion of a fullback, which is 10 gaps on the line of scrimmage. It doesn't matter what defense you're in, unless you have 10 players on the line of scrimmage, it's going to be tough to stop an offense, especially in 3rd and 1, as you have here, okay, when they're going to run the football. So what we're going to show you now is an inside zone scheme. Fullback's going to cut off the C-gap player here, just like most teams that run the inside zone. Some teams call it slice, whatever you may call it, okay, and the tailback's going to attack front side. He's going to find the gap and get the first down. Again, it's tough to account for gaps in this situation. Okay, here's the fullback filling backside. Offensive line's getting a good push, keeping their shoulders square. Okay, the tailback's going to press the line of scrimmage. This player from LSU actually does a good job getting penetration. Okay, and he could have deterred the play a little bit here. Okay, but the running back, Gillespie from Florida, does a great job. Okay, keeping his legs moving and able to turn and spin and get the first down here. And you'll see it from the reverse angle here in a second. Here comes the fullback to cut off the C-gap player. Decent push up front. And you're able to get the first. Okay, next clip we're going to show you is an unbalanced trips formation, where you're going to have 3 receivers, okay, to one side of the formation. Okay, number 1 is on the line of scrimmage. Number 2 and 3 are off the line of scrimmage. They are both eligible in this situation. And what you're going to see is just the ball being pushed to the perimeter. You know, what's going to happen here in a second is you're going to get a trade, and we'll show you. Okay, you have a tight end. Okay, the tight end is going to trade over to this side of the formation. We're right up past here. There it is. Okay, so now you have a tight end trips look, okay, to the bottom. All Florida is going to do is run a power scheme. You know, against a 4-down front, you're going to have a great job collapsing guys here. Okay, you can have the fullback kick out on the front side, and you have your old-fashioned power O to the front side of the play. What these 2 receivers will get defensives to expand. Okay, now you're getting them to push. I mean, this is a 6-man tackle box. You have 4 defenders here. It's 1st and 10. And LSU is in a 6-man box. You have 4 defenders here, 2 over here. This guy's an apex player. He's an overhang player. He may not be in a position to come down into the box, and you're going to see what happens here in a second. Okay, everybody blocking down at the point of attack. They're getting a good push. Here comes the fullback to kick out the overhang. The backside guard is wrapping through to the front side backer. Gets contact. All Gillespie the running back has to do is cut it back, and there's nobody there. And that's a big gain. Just finding ways to exploit defenses, finding gaps and taking advantage of gaps, and these unbalanced formations will do that. Okay, you got a great angle of it here. You got a three, you got a 7 technique and a 2-eye technique. There's an open gap here, and you can see this overhang player is nowhere to be found. And a 2-high safety defense, it's tough to stop this power run game out of unbalanced. Big gain. Okay, now this is the diamond formation. This is becoming big now in college football. It's a 3-back rotation. This is out of unbalanced. 2 receivers on the line of scrimmage over here. Nobody on the line of scrimmage here. What I like about the diamond formation is the possibility to displace, 2 backs anywhere you like. It's the balanced set. This is something Coach Holgerson has done at West Virginia. Coach Gundy at Oklahoma State. Obviously, Coach Peace is now doing some of it at Florida. But what they're going to run now is just a power scheme, weak to the top of the screen here. It doesn't get a ton of yards, but, in any situation here, you have the possibility of 2 potential blockers from the backfield. So what you're going to have here is that this full back here, the play side back, is going to kick out. This player is going to lead through, as is the backside guard. So it gives you that added dimension of 3 additional blockers at the line of scrimmage. Okay, here's a down block. Okay, here's the backside guard leading through, as well as the backside fullback. So I get it for you again here. Down blocking at the point of attack, kick out block here. You got a wrapper at the weak side guard and another wrapper, on the backside back. Guy just misses his block. 41 doesn't miss his block. We got a good opportunity for a big play there. This is a big play. This is late in the game. In the third quarter, 5.5 to play. This is Florida's first score. I wanted to show this formation because this is another 7-man offensive line formation. You have 3-man surface to the left side of the center, 3-man surface to the right side of the center, and it's a power formation. What I like about this formation is that you have 2 3-man surfaces. Now, some teams could do that when they run deuce or 2 tight end. The difference is you got a bigger blocking surface with an additional tackle. On both bookend tackles here on either side of the line of scrimmage. So what you're going to get now is just a regular counterplay. Backside guard, backside tackle are going to pull, and it's going to be a 13-yard score here for the Gators. You got some form of jet motion. Here comes the pull. That tackle's going to block on. Guard's going to pull and lead through. Tackle's going to pull and lead through. We're cutting on the backside. And it's a gash. It's a big play. We'll see it from the replay end. This is something that you could do if you got an extra lineman, if you got people that could block, get them in the game, force defenses to adjust. They're going to have to somehow account for that extra gap, and it's a bigger run surface. Instead of having a tight end there, it's something that gives you a bigger run surface on the line of scrimmage where you could do things like that. So you just see the telestrator here illustrating it. You're just getting down blocks at the point of attack. Here comes one puller, here comes the other puller. There's a big gap here. You got a gap, you got a B gap player here, and you got a D gap player here. The C gap's wide open. All you need is a down block here. He's going to block on, because he's an outside shade. You got a down block working to that backside backer. Here comes a backside guard pulling for the first play side backer. Here comes a backside tackle pulling for the next play side backer. And that's really all it is. Just your traditional counter scheme. Got a cut on the backside. And a big play. Last one we're going to take you through is a heavy trips formation. Again, another innovative formation from Coach Peace. All right, what this is going to do now, this overloads the formation to this side. You still have a 3-man surface with a tight end, but now you're outflanking defenses by having 3 receivers out here. You're producing a 6-man box, Okay, we don't count the corner, and we have a 3/2 advantage over here to the field side. What you're going to see here in this situation is just a power play, okay, to the front side. LSU does a good job of bottling it up, and the back is going to have to bounce outside because of it. But you have three blockers on the perimeter, and you got guys that could block out there. Okay, so he's going to be able to find room, and he's got the field to work with in another 1st and 10 play. Okay, here's the power scheme. Here's the backside guard pulling. He's pulling for the front side backer. Okay, gets bottled up. Running back, the running back could take it. He's got one guy to beat, which is never a bad thing. A one-on-one, you'll take that with your back. But he decides to bounce it outside here. Okay, and he's able to do so because of this three-man trips formation. Okay, where everyone's just getting a hat on a hat. Some guys miss blocks, but you got bodies on bodies. All you have to do is cover people up. And he's able to get 9 yards out of it. So these are just things you could do in your offense, and I think it's a great thing that Coach Peace has done at Florida, presenting these unbalanced formations and presenting different pictures to the defense that they have to prepare for on a weekly basis. And when you don't see it every week, it's certainly tough to defend. Mike Kuchar at www.xandolabs.com. Coaches, thanks for logging in, and good luck the rest of the season.